Lindsay always had a knack for finding herself in the midst of mysterious and intriguing situations. Her insatiable curiosity led her down countless paths, and her latest venture was no different. She had recently taken up a job as a night shift security guard at an old, abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of town. Little did she know that this decision would plunge her into a chilling and sinister ordeal. As Lindsay entered the vast warehouse for her first night on duty, a shiver ran down her spine. The dimly lit space was filled with an eerie silence, broken only by the distant hum of machinery. The air was thick with a musty odor, and she could almost taste the dust particles that danced in the feeble beam of her flashlight. Her task was simple: patrol the premises, ensure the security of the facility, and report any suspicious activity. Lindsay began her rounds, cautiously stepping through the maze of storage crates and shadowy corners. Each creaking floorboard intensified her unease, and every flickering light bulb seemed to play tricks on her senses. As the night wore on, Lindsay's imagination started to get the better of her. She began to hear faint whispers echoing through the empty corridors, as if the very walls were trying to communicate with her. She dismissed them as mere figments of her imagination, but the nagging feeling of being watched refused to leave her. During one of her routine rounds, Lindsay stumbled upon a door that appeared to be locked from the inside. It was an oddity, as the warehouse was supposed to be completely empty. Intrigued, she decided to investigate further. With a trembling hand, she grasped the doorknob and turned it slowly. Beyond the door, she found a small, cramped room filled with old documents and weathered photographs. The room seemed untouched for years, frozen in time. Lindsay sifted through the piles of papers, her eyes widening as she discovered a series of disturbing photographs. The images depicted a group of people engaged in dark and mysterious activities within the very warehouse she was guarding. They wore hooded robes and surrounded a table adorned with strange symbols and artifacts. The more Lindsay examined the photographs, the more she realized that these people were performing some kind of ritual. Fear began to consume Lindsay as she contemplated the implications of what she had discovered. Who were these people? And what had they done in this warehouse? She couldn't shake the feeling that there was something far more sinister lurking beneath the surface. Just as Lindsay was about to leave the room, she heard a noise coming from outside the door. It was a soft whisper, barely audible, yet filled with an unmistakable menace. Her heart raced, and she quickly closed the door, concealing the room once again. She knew she had stumbled upon something dangerous, something that she couldn't ignore. As the night progressed, Lindsay couldn't shake off the sense of impending doom that hung in the air. The warehouse seemed to come alive with hidden secrets, and she couldn't help but feel like a pawn in a game she didn't understand. Determined to uncover the truth, Lindsay prepared herself for the next shift, ready to delve deeper into the mysteries that lay within the warehouse's darkened halls. Lindsay's second night at the warehouse was filled with an overwhelming sense of dread. The whispers she had heard and the disturbing photographs she had stumbled upon weighed heavily on her mind. With newfound determination, she embarked on her patrols, determined to unravel the secrets hidden within the walls of the warehouse. During her exploration, Lindsay discovered a hidden basement concealed beneath a trapdoor in one of the storage rooms. With trepidation, she descended the creaky stairs into the darkness below. The air grew colder, and a chilling draft brushed against her skin as she reached the bottom. The basement was a labyrinth of narrow corridors and cramped rooms. The walls were adorned with symbols and cryptic writings, evidence of the sinister rituals that had taken place there. Lindsay's heart pounded in her chest as she cautiously made her way through the eerie maze, her flashlight illuminating the unsettling surroundings. In one of the rooms, she found a hidden chamber filled with an array of disturbing artifacts. Ancient tombs, sacrificial knives, and blood-stained altars adorned the room, painting a horrifying picture of the rituals that had unfolded within these walls. The air was thick with an otherworldly energy, and Lindsay couldn't deny the presence of something malevolent lingering in the darkness. As Lindsay continued her exploration, she stumbled upon a journal hidden beneath a pile of decaying books. It belonged to one of the participants in the rituals, detailing their experiences and twisted beliefs. The more Lindsay read, the more she realized the depths of darkness that consumed these individuals. They sought immortality through forbidden practices, willing to sacrifice anything for power and eternal life. The journal also contained references to a secret passage within the warehouse, leading to a hidden underground chamber. It was rumored to hold an ancient artifact that possessed unimaginable power. Lindsay knew that uncovering this artifact would expose her to unspeakable dangers, but her curiosity and the need to stop these malevolent rituals drove her forward. Armed with the knowledge from the journal, Lindsay embarked on a perilous journey through the hidden passageway. The narrow tunnels twisted and turned, their walls adorned with strange markings. The air grew heavy, and an ominous silence enveloped her. The further she ventured, the stronger the sense of impending doom became. Finally, Lindsay reached the underground chamber. A dim light emanated from a pedestal in the center, revealing the coveted artifact, an ancient, intricately carved amulet. It pulsed with an otherworldly energy, drawing Lindsay towards it like a moth to a flame. But as she extended her hand to touch it, a voice echoed through the chamber, chilling her to the core. "You have trespassed upon sacred ground," the voice intoned. "The power of the artifact comes at a great cost. Leave now or face the consequences." Lindsay's heart raced as she realized that she had awoken a force beyond her comprehension. The very walls seemed to close in around her, and a sense of terror overwhelmed her senses. With a mix of fear and determination, she made her choice. She turned away from the artifact, retraced her steps, and fled from the darkness that threatened to consume her. In the days that followed, Lindsay contacted the authorities and shared her findings, leading to an investigation into the warehouse and the malevolent group that had used it for their nefarious rituals. The truth was exposed, and the members were brought to justice. However, Lindsay could never shake off the harrowing experiences she had endured. The warehouse had scared her, leaving behind a lingering sense of unease. She resigned from her position as a security guard, vowing to leave the nightmares of that place behind. But deep down, Lindsay knew that she would always be haunted by the memories of the warehouse, the whispers, the rituals, and the malevolent power that had threatened to consume her. And though she had escaped its clutches physically, a part of her would forever remain trapped within its darkened halls. Gary was a curious and adventurous individual, always seeking new experiences. One day, while exploring an old industrial district on the outskirts of town, he stumbled upon an abandoned warehouse. The dilapidated building stood as a relic from a bygone era, its weathered bricks and broken windows whispering tales of forgotten secrets. Intrigued by the mystery shrouding the warehouse, Gary decided to investigate further. He cautiously stepped through the entrance, his footsteps echoing eerily in the empty space. Dust danced in the air, as if disturbed by his presence. The silence was unsettling, broken only by the occasional creak of rusty machinery. As Gary ventured deeper into the warehouse, he discovered a collection of discarded items, seemingly frozen in time. Old crates, tattered documents, and remnants of machinery lay scattered across the floor. Each piece seemed to hold a fragment of the building's forgotten past, hinting at stories waiting to be unraveled. Among the debris, Gary stumbled upon an ancient journal. Its leather cover was worn and discolored, its pages brittle and fragile. Eager to learn more, he carefully opened it, revealing handwritten entries dating back several decades. The journal belonged to a former worker named Samuel, who had once been employed at the warehouse. As Gary delved into the journal, he uncovered a series of unsettling accounts. Samuel's writings spoke of strange occurrences within the warehouse, of unexplained sounds, and shadowy figures lurking in the dark corners. The entries grew increasingly frantic and filled with paranoia, suggesting that something sinister had transpired within those very walls. In one chilling passage, Samuel mentioned a hidden room, known only to a select few employees. He described it as a place of forbidden knowledge, where unspeakable secrets lay hidden. Gary's heart raced with anticipation and dread. He knew he had to find this hidden room and discover the truth that lay within. Determined to unveil the warehouse's secrets, Gary embarked on a methodical search for the hidden room. He combed through every inch of the vast building, meticulously examining every nook and cranny. Days turned into weeks as he tirelessly pursued his quest, his obsession with the warehouse growing stronger with each passing day. Finally, on a stormy night, as rain pounded against the roof, Gary stumbled upon a concealed door. It was covered in layers of dust and barely visible amidst the decay. Heart pounding with anticipation, he pushed it open, revealing a narrow staircase leading down into darkness. Gary descended the narrow staircase, the air growing heavy with a damp, musty smell. His footsteps echoed, amplifying the sense of foreboding that enveloped him. The staircase seemed to stretch on endlessly, descending deeper into the abyss below. Finally, Gary reached the bottom, and before him lay a dimly lit chamber. The flickering glow of a single light bulb revealed rows of dusty shelves filled with ancient tomes, cryptic artifacts, and peculiar objects. It was a treasure trove of forgotten knowledge, a sanctuary for secrets long kept hidden. As Gary cautiously explored the chamber, he noticed a peculiar symbol etched into the floor. It resembled an intricate sigil, its meaning and purpose unknown. It sent shivers down his spine, but his curiosity drove him to unravel the enigma before him. Among the shelves, he discovered a worn leather-bound book with faded gold lettering. Its pages were filled with strange symbols and diagrams, detailing rituals and incantations. Gary's heart raced as he realized that he had stumbled upon an ancient grimoire, a book of magic. But this was no ordinary grimoire. Its contents spoke of dark rituals and forbidden spells that could unlock unimaginable power. As he delved deeper into the book's pages, Gary's fascination transformed into a sense of unease. The knowledge contained within held a sinister allure, tempting him with its promises and possibilities. Suddenly, a chilling wind blew through the chamber, extinguishing the flickering light bulb. Gary's heart pounded in the darkness, as if the warehouse itself held its breath. He could hear whispers, indistinguishable words carried on the wind, echoing through the chamber. With trembling hands, Gary lit a match, illuminating the room once again. But something had changed. The objects on the shelves seemed to have shifted, their positions altered. The symbol on the floor glowed faintly, as if responding to the presence of the book and Gary's presence. A sense of urgency gripped him. He realized that he had trespassed into something far more dangerous than he had anticipated. The warehouse and its hidden chamber held secrets that should have remained buried in the past. Determined to escape the clutches of this darkness, Gary made his way back up the staircase. But as he ascended, the stairs seemed to stretch endlessly, as if mocking his attempts to flee. Panic set in, and he quickened his pace, desperate to break free from the suffocating grip of the warehouse. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Gary burst through the entrance of the warehouse, gasping for air. The night air felt crisp and refreshing against his face, a stark contrast to the oppressive atmosphere within.